Welcome to Xtra, presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter, very center. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. We're on YouTube as well. Like, subscribe, share, or whatever it is you do there. VDGsports.com. VDGsports.com. And I have to plug myself. If you want to keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, and everything have to do with me, even some of the behind-the-scenes things like now, that's VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com for the behind-the-scenes for my social. So that's social media, not my actual social. And a lot of things keeping up with me. You know you do. You know you want to and you should. But I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And that's me being honest. That is me being honest and being the truth teller that I am. Noobs. Because, hey, thank you for giving me opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. Without you, I can't grow. Therefore, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, this is how we get down almost every day, but not every day. But it feels like every day because it's so much out there and available. And I have to, just because you are important, just because I want you to know how important you are. Nonverbal communication peeps. That's a shout out to you. Even though I didn't have to communicate this verbally because we communicate nonverbal, but I care. I heart you. Now that's out of the way. Now that that's out of the way, I truly don't know where I want to go. I truly have no clue of what direction to go forward with. But there's one thing that's top of mind. Regs, you know, you got it, you get it. Noobs, maybe, just maybe, through osmosis, just me just being here, being around, you just kind of getting that feeling. If not, trust me, we will get there. I made a lot of promises to myself. And I have to keep said promises to myself. But there's something a little interesting that comes up, that's up right now. Something that's truly interesting that's happening, that's kind of want me to rethink the entire situation. Yeah, rethink the entire situation. And that's because prices are increasing just because there's speculation of a decrease. Prices are increasing just because there's a speculation of a decrease. I'm pretty sure that's how the free market works. That's not my cup of tea. I won't pretend to know something I don't know, and I truly don't know this. I can go and Google it, I can go and look it up, but for the sake of this moment, for the sake of us sharing this experience right now, I'm not going to put you on hold. I'm not going to pause. I am not going to stop this to get that information out, but maybe, just maybe, I'll put it out a little later. Or how about this? Go ahead and make a friend. That person that's beside you, that person that's across from you, that person, hopefully have their, well, I'm not gonna go there. That person that's around, just ask and maybe they will know. And if there's no one around, I suggest you go ahead and utilize Google. I suggest you go ahead and utilize a search engine. DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, anyone. It doesn't matter. Well, actually it does matter. I know which one I use. I have my preference, but I'm just gonna say use any one that's available to you right now. With all of that being said, it's almost that time again. It is almost that time again, and I don't know I don't know how I want it to play out. I just know that last time it played out a little suspect. Last time how it played out, it didn't have me on edge, but it was something peculiar about it. It was something peculiar about the situation, and the vehicle that pulled up beside me was like, whoa, you close. You're close, but what do I do in a situation like that? Granted, nothing panned out, nothing really happened, nothing went down, thankfully, yay. However, I think I should go and visit my partner. I think I should go and visit my BFF. I think I should go and visit the guy or the worker or the people at this store to let them know that I'm okay. I am okay. It's been over a year since I've been there. It's been over a year since I've been there. And especially with how things are happening and things going down, I have to go back to this spot to let the people know that I'm okay. Because I haven't been to this spot since the one guy thought I was his best friend forever. All I did was just say hello. But that's okay. That is okay, because this is a no judge zone. This is a no judge zone. No judge zone. This is a no judge zone. And if I could make a day, and if I could help out and be a positive influence on someone else without doing much or just being human, I can't poo-poo that. I can't look down from my pedestal or a pedestal and say, really? Really? Because we don't do that here. We do not do that here. I'm gonna have to go back to this fuel station. I'm gonna have to go back to this petrol station. I'm gonna have to go back to this gas station. I'm gonna have to go back to this convenience store that I haven't been to in a long time. Regs, you knew this. Noobs, now you know. And I promise to myself, noobs, I will never run out of petrol again. I'll never run out of fuel again. Granted, there's another promise that I should be making to myself, and I'm getting extremely close to almost having this happen again. I admit, I will always admit. You ask me, I will tell, but I will always admit this when it comes to an automobile, when it comes to the inner workings of an automobile, my knowledge base is below par. My knowledge base is novice at best. My knowledge base is not something that's reliable or dependable. In fact, I have to rely on and depend on the bells and whistles going off to let me know when it's time to service the vehicle. Why? It's just something that never interests me, and it's something that I never picked up on, and it was just something that was there, and I have no connection to it. There's nothing about that connects me to it, but I'll say this. There was an opportunity to, but I just got bored with it. I got bored with it, and I decided to do something else that was more detrimental to the entire situation, and maybe that put a bad taste in my mouth, or better yet, it just made things awkward and weird. The one time I was being showed how to, change a battery or jumpstart a car and hooking up the cables to a battery or what have you, and yeah, I did a bad thing. I did a bad thing when my dad was showing me how to do this, and I did a bad thing, and while he was in the shower trying to, clean up or just, I'm not gonna go there, but I decided that it would be fun. I decided that it would be interesting if I take it a bucket of ice cold water. And no, this is not one of those challenges. It's not one of those challenges. Think decades upon decades before the ice bucket challenge. See, been there, done that, and I got receipts. Anyway, moving on. I decided it would be a good idea to take this bucket of ice cold water and throw it over the shower curtain, let it get on pops. Over the shower curtain and let it get on pops. I was okay with that at the time. I was cool with that at the time, but my anticipation game was not as strong as needed to be. My anticipation game then was subpar. My anticipation game was mediocre. Sometimes but it was because it was luck. And sometimes it was just crap because it was crap. And my intuition at that time, I didn't know what intuition meant. I only thought that intuition was something that you get when, anyway, I'm not gonna go there. I didn't know what intuition was. I did not know what intuition was, so I couldn't rely on gut feelings. I couldn't rely on anything like that. So I was directly and more specifically relying on my brain. Unfortunately, I didn't think that far ahead. I didn't think that far ahead. At that moment in time, I was just playing checkers. I was playing checkers and I had no idea how to play three-dimensional chess while jumping up and down, turning flips. Didn't know how to do it. And let me go ahead and translate that for you. Regs, you understand. Nonverbal peeps, you got it. Noobs, the ones that are still here, let me translate that for you. Basically, I had the idea to throw the ice water into the shower, but I didn't have an escape plan. I did not have an escape plan, and I did not have a plan of action just in case. None of that. I didn't think that many moves ahead. I didn't have that many thoughts prior to the initial thought. So I threw the water, ice cold water, over, and I immediately realized that I gotta run. I have to run because that fright or flight mechanism kicked in. And I definitely was not about to fight Pops. I was definitely not about putting no hands on Dad. I was definitely not about to touch him on any circumstances, because we don't do that. I don't do that. Never crossed my mind, never thought about it. I was just being mischievous. I was just being bad. I'll leave it at that. I was just being bad. I did that. No escape route, none of that. I just decided to just do it, and I did it, and I immediately had to take off. I immediately had to run, and I ran. I ran like my life depended on it. And I just ran, and then something told me, maybe those gut feelings, maybe that was intuition. I don't know at this point, and I'm not going to make it up. I'll just say this. Something told me to run outside. I ran outside, but I kept running because I just didn't know if I was still going to be chased. So I still was being chased a little, and then it kind of stopped and went away. But this is my long-winded way of saying that I just didn't have a connection with cars. I just did not have a connection with the mechanism of a car, because when it was time for me to learn about vehicles and cars and whatnot, I was bored. And when I got bored, I just did mischievous things. And when I did mischievous things, it led to situations like that. Did I do this all the time? No, but this one time stands out, and that's all it took. That it took just that one time for that to happen, and I decided then, automobiles, fixing on vehicles, knowing how they work and operate is not for me, because that was linked to that moment of me running for my life. Yeah. I didn't want that experience again, so every time I thought about a car or a vehicle, it was me thinking about something terrible or running for my life. So maybe that's some deep-seated root issues or rooted issues that I have to work out eventually. But that just leads me to saying, that's why I don't have the car knowledge, and there are other reasons too, but that's the one that stick out. And I have to depend on the bells and whistles going off and letting me know that, hey, idiot, hey, moron, angelic, bird-like voice, that you have to change your oil. I've blown up way too many engines, and maybe that's the next promise to myself that I'm gonna have. But up until then, the initial promise and the only promise I have to myself is not running out of petrol, is not running out of fuel, is not being broke down on the side of the road because I don't have any fuel for the car to keep it moving and to keep it going forward. I can't do that, and I'm probably gonna get to the point where I can't blow up another engine because 3 is too many. 4 is okay. 4 is, I really don't know what I'm doing. I don't think I can get the 5. I do not think I can get the 5, but if I do get the 5, trust me, the promise is coming out. Wait a minute, I can't say that. If I get the 5, I'm gonna think about the promise really, really hard. It will be something that I will add to keeping me up at night. And as you can see, and as you know, as you hear, I get kept up at night quite a lot. But hey, it is what it is. It's Manny being Manny. But I definitely have to probably go see my partners, go see my peeps, go see my friends. And I use the word friend loosely, like meaning not friendly or associate, or friend as a person I've met or know and said hello to, because it's been so long. And friends don't let friends do that.